In this video, I'm going to attempt to explain styles, themes, and style sets. Styles, first of all. Styles, the menu for styles is on the main ribbon. And there's a reason for that on the home ribbon. It's an incredibly powerful feature that I believe is underutilized by most people who work in Microsoft Word. When you set a style, okay, to an area of a document, first of all, it'll do the whole paragraph. And here I'm simply hovering over different styles and it's showing me what would happen to this paragraph. Styles changes not only the font, everything that you've set in font, but it also changes everything that in paragraph. So whatever this style, any of these styles have as far as font and paragraph information, it's all stored in one click of a button. So if you think of all the clicking you would do to make this look like that, you can do it with one click of a button here. Now, using styles is actually a very intelligent thing to do, because what you're doing is, and if you do it throughout your document, just pick one of these styles. And if you lay out your document using these styles, that automatically sets up the navigation pane in a way where it can find and go through your document in a logical way. It can also allow you to create later on a table of contents for your document. And if you're looking at creating a long document, that's a really intelligent thing to do. Now, you're not stuck with only these styles. You can create your own. Now, this might be a little advanced, but it's worth knowing. So let's say that I want this to be a type of heading, right? But I don't like theirs, right? I want mine to be centered, and I want it to be bold, and I want it to be underlined, all right? And you can pick, and let's say you want it to be red, okay? And maybe even, let's just push our luck here, and let's say that we want to capitalize each word or go all caps maybe. Right, so that's what we want our titles to be. So I want to give this a name. I want to save this as a style. So with this selected, I want to create this style, and I'm going to call it, I can't use any of their titles or their headings, so I'm going to call it My Titles. And okay. Now that's been added to this menu. Okay. The other thing is you can add it to all of your menus. So if you really like this, I believe that you can come here to modify, and I can ask here that I want new documents based on this template. So I want this to be available in all of my other documents as well. So now anytime you come across a new title, okay, so let's say this is section 2. All I would need to do while inside of that is come here and say, I want that to have the same. If I wanted spacing before and after, I could have asked for that as well. So I'm going to modify this style. So even though I've already created it, I can modify it. And I'm going to go to Format here. I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And I want to leave 12 points of space after, and maybe 18 before, and go OK, and then automatically update, and OK. So now it's been updated. So that's how you can use styles. And you can, so for the rest of this document, I just want this to be normal. So I'm going to click on normal here, and then F4 means repeat. So I'm going to hit F4 to repeat, F4 to repeat, and then F4 to repeat. So those are all normal here. Good. So that's how you set a style. It's also how you save a style. So that's the first thing. As you hover over these, it'll show you what your paragraph would look like if you chose one. Neat little thing to have. Next, I now want to go to design, where we have themes. Now, by default, we get the office theme. And inside of a theme are just all kinds of things. Colors, spacing, all that kind of stuff. So you can change the theme if you'd like. Now, if you change the theme, you may get huge changes, but you're probably not going to get much changes unless you've used styles to set up your document. Now, because I use styles here, as I change theme, you'll notice in the background that my document is changing dramatically. The spacing, the font, the style, all that kind of stuff is changing. If you didn't use any of the styles to create your document, then you're eliminating a lot of these features. So I'm going to go ahead and choose facet. Now that I've chosen styles to create my document and I've chosen a theme, I now have what's called style sets. I know it's confusing, right? So much stuff, but changing style sets now will also change the appearance of your document. So I'm trying to hover and show you what some of these style sets will do to my document. But just changing style sets also changes the look of my document dramatically. As I mentioned in a previous video, whenever you're working in Word, you should definitely type the entire document in with no formatting, nothing fancy, right? Type everything in. Once you've got it in, then you can use the styles to affect your paragraphs. Then you can use themes and style sets to make it look exactly the way you want to, quickly and rather easily, and might I add, professionally. All right, so let's say you like this one. Okay, that looks kind of neat and different. What I might want to do here is add maybe a page break because I'm going on to 2 pages anyway. So Control Enter once again. All right. You can get into more detail here. You can mess with the colors, and again, the more that you have in your document, the more that it will be affected. So here, by changing just the colors of this style set, it changes the look dramatically. Well, maybe not dramatically, but a little bit anyhow. And if you wanted this to be a default setting, you'd be able to set that so that every new document you create would be like this by default. Many options to choose from, but it's really important that you understand you've got those 3. Again, I would start with going through your document, setting styles to different places. If you don't like the ones that are available, create your own and save it. When you're done here, go to design, pick a theme, pick a style set, voila, done, looks great. All right, a few more things about styles. Once again, if you want to apply a style to an entire paragraph, you simply need to be inside the paragraph and then click the style that you want. Right now, I haven't even clicked it, I'm just hovering and it's showing me what it would look like. So you just simply be in the paragraph and click. If you want to apply it to a certain word or a group of words, you need to select them. So if I want to change, well, that's a whole paragraph. Let's just do these. Okay, so that's part of a paragraph. So if I want to apply to that, I select it and then I click. Okay, so if you only want certain words, select the words, then hit the style. If you want the entire paragraph, just be in the paragraph and hit the style. If you wanted to apply, if you had an area that you formatted, let's say this area here, and let's say that I want to indent this, so it's italicized, it's indented, all right, it's got a certain size. If I want to save this now as a style, you can. So you would just simply come down to here and create a style with that. Give it a name. I'm just going to call it junk because I'm going to want to get rid of it. And now junk's been added. And anytime I wanted to apply that, I would simply come to an area that I want to apply it to. I'm just looking for an area of text here. And let's say this paragraph here, I can make that junk. And if I don't like it, I can modify it. So I'm going to right click and modify. And I can change any part of that if I wanted to. And then update it. And then I can also set it up so that new documents have this template as well. Okay. So here it's only going to be in this document. But if I like that style a lot and want it available, I would click this instead. And it would always be available, which is a very handy thing. You can also delete a style. I wouldn't delete too many, but I'm going to delete this one just because I want to show you that you can. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to remove it from the gallery. And no questions asked, it's gone. Now, you're able to see, I want you to see this, right? So here it shows you your styles. So it's like a style previewer. It shows you what they're going to look like. So you can pick any one of these and apply it to something if you wanted to. You've got your options button here. It's showing you the styles in this current document. It could show you the ones in use. It could show you all the styles if you wanted to. And as recommended or in alphabetical order. So you can see an awful lot if you wanted to. So I just asked to see what choices I have. So you've got these predetermined styles, but you've also got all this stuff in here that you can use and select. Very important to know. You've also got the ability to have both of them showing if you wanted to. All right. I want to show you that you can have a window open on the side here that's going to be next to your document, and it'll show you all of the styles that are being used in this document. It's not incredibly easy to do, but you need to be, first of all, in either outline or draft view. You got to be in one of these. All right. So I'm going to choose draft. And what you need to do now in order to see this, and it's in the book, so I'm assuming they're going to want you to know how to do this on one of the tests. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Options, and Advanced is where it's going to be. And I'm looking for Display. And here, the style area pane width in draft. So right now it's at 0. In other words, it's not showing. So if you make it 2 inches, let's say, and hit OK. So now in draft view, I'm able to see the actual styles that are applied to all of these lines. On the left. Now, I didn't use a tremendous amount of styles in here, so a lot of them are just straight and normal, kind of boring. But that's the gist of it. All right, so if you are using a lot of styles throughout your document, that's how you can have them displayed. Kind of neat. Not something I'd ever used, but they wanted you to know, so I had to teach it. Now, let's say you did set a style. Let's say that I wanted to set a style for this paragraph here. And I set it to title. All right? If you want to remove the style, I don't know that I'd ever remember this, but apparently Control Spacebar will remove the style. And that is not working for me. So, oh, there it goes. Nope, nope, nope. Here's another way. Just go to normal. And that removes the style completely. That's one thing that you can do. The other thing that you can do is simply clear formatting this way. I love this button, not just for removing styles, but for removing any formatting. I often inherit documents that, to be quite honest, don't look very good. And I'd rather just start from scratch. So I'll select the entire document. I'll triple click here, and I'll just remove all the formatting and then just start from scratch. But if you want to simply remove the formatting of an area, all right, you can ask for normal, and that makes it normal. Or you can clear the formatting. Those are two simple ways to remove a style to an area, from an area.